This video will cover how to create a class in MyClassPro. So we start off here in our account page, and the first thing we do is click on Classes and Create. This will open up the Class Create page. Enter a title. We'll just call this Test Class, and we'll enter a short description. The short description is used on the schedule to kind of provide a brief overview of the class, so you should try to keep it short, although there really is no restriction as to length, and if you wanted you could insert images or video or whatever you'd like, but typically you want to keep it short because it is on the schedule page. Next we step over here to the sales copy for the class. Once the client clicks on the sign up link for the class, he's taken over to a sales page, so we can enter pretty much anything that we want in here. Images, video, text. You can make it as long as you want it and really try to sell your class. So for this purposes of this tutorial, we'll just put in a little bit of text. So, this is a sales page for the class, and we'll copy it in a bunch of times, and what we'll do is we will we'll select all of it, we'll center it, we'll make it bold, and we'll make it a different color just so it sticks out. Next, enter a location for the class. In this case, we'll run the class at City Park. If you've got a map URL, just enter it here. You usually can go over to Google, enter your address, and over on the right side of the page there's a Get Link button, and just use that and get the Google link to the maps and cut and paste that in here, or you can just leave it blank. The class start date, let's make this class start September 26th, and let's get it to end on the 30th. The class start time we'll set to 6 o'clock a.m. and the class runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The group ID is a 4-digit number that's used if you're going to have a subscription payment option. It's a way of grouping different classes together for purposes of auto-assigning members as subscription payments comes in. We won't worry about that right now. We'll cover it at another tutorial. The category, we'll call this Boot Camp, and in the same way as the group ID, the category is used to group classes together so that your clients might be able to view a list of all classes within a certain category. So if you had a bunch of classes that were boot camps, you'd call this one Boot Camp, such as I did. If you've got classes called early morning classes, you can group them by that category. Really anything you want can go into this field. The class costs, we're going to charge people $100 to attend this class. The class limit, one of the features MyClassPro has is that you can limit the number of people that can sign up for a class. So you could enter that number here or just leave it blank or 0 if it's an unlimited number of people are allowed to attend. We're going to leave it blank for now. Staff, there's no staff assigned, and some of the other fields when you create a class would be the membership level. We'll get into that in another video. You could hide the class in the schedule, so you could create classes and then not display them until you're ready. You can enable a reminder email to be sent to the classes or to the class attendees, and how many days prior to the class start date you want the email sent, and you can select when you want sign-ups to start and when you want them to end. So we're just going to leave these as default fields now and click on the Create button. Okay, now the class has been created, we're sent to a page here that lets us define the payment options. Now we're going to get into more on this in another video, but let me just briefly run over this. The payment options for this class that were created by default when you set up the class are a Pay Later option for $100 and a Pay Now option for $100. The Pay Later option means that a person who signs up and selects this payment type will be allowed to come to the class and make payment when they arrive, basically at the door. The Pay Now option is an option for people that sign up and pay immediately right there on the website. So typically, you might want to say, okay, people that pay now might pay a price of $100 for this class, but let's say we want to charge $120 for people who want to pay at the door. In that case, we click this edit icon, and this will open up a little pop-up window that will let us change the cost. So we could change that to $120, update it, and now we see that the Pay Later option is $120 and the Pay Now option is $100. After that, we click back to class list, and here we are back in our class listing. You'll see that the month is September and the year is 2011. And if we find our class September 26th through September 29th, there it is, or September 30th, test class. If you would like to edit the class, you click on the name, and that would open up an edit window, and you can change the fields that you had in there. That's the end of this tutorial. Stand by for other tutorials from MyClassPro.